Hi everybody, this is Rita with Bloom Stitch, and I hope you're doing well. I am so excited to share this new journal with you that I've created, and it is a quite chunky journal. Might be one of the chunkiest that I've made so far, and this is kind of a personal one. It didn't start out that way, but what I mean by that is it kind of reminds me of my grandma. And once I realized that that's the direction I want to go in, I actually went around my little studio here, my room, and pulled out some elements, some ephemera and tags and all kinds of different things, decoration items that I could use that would remind me of her, that would make it even more personal and related to her. And I was really close to her. I grew up with her. She has been gone for a long time, but anyways, this is kind of a remembrance of her. Even this ribbon, I'm not sure if that's what I would call it. It's from a scarf. The colors will remind me of her. And as you will see as we go into the journal in just a second, this is more of a vintage instead of a grungy style. That's what I went with, and I titled it "The Beauty of the Ages." So that's the name of it. And some of her favorites, as we go into it, let me open it up. Some of her favorite things were sewing and flowers, gardening, and birds. So you will see a lot of that in this journal. So let's remove the closure here, and this is the cover. Sorry for the glare here. I'm not really good at videoing, as you know, but oh my goodness, it is quite a chunky embellished journal. The cover is a vintage file folder, heavy duty, sturdy vintage file folder. So this one is some vintage lace, and this is some pretty not embroidery, but I'm not sure, pearls and different things. It's an applique that I actually cut out from a dress. And just says journal here. And so this is kind of the front cover. And then going in, oops, this is the front. This is a fabric pocket. It's actually made from a pillowcase that I cut up. I just love these scalloped edges. It's so cute. And then this is a little snippet, a lace snippet that I put here. And it's kind of hard to film it because it is so chunky. I think I might have put too much stuff in it. It's fully embellished. And then this is the pocket. Some different things in it. These actually vintage buttons, actual buttons. And this is that 1910 or so, around there, pleasure paper that I put in there. She was born in 1921, so anyways, like I said, she's been gone a long time, but I was really close with her, a lot closer than with anybody else in my family, so I just kind of thought that this would be a nice little tribute to her. But here is the next page. It says "Time is a great storyteller" on the bottom. So turning, lots of sewing in here. This is like an ID card in here. So this is a piano paper, not piano paper, but music paper, and I gessoed on it, white gesso, so you could actually write on there. This is some yard, some paper from some kind of a ribbon or yard. Vintage lace here at the edges. This is a belly band. This is an actual vintage rose paper, so pretty. And here's some tags and a gas check. So here's gardening and sewing represented. All right. Journey, timeless journey. Some flowers and butterflies. There's a little girl's picture there. More butterflies on the edge here with this fabric. It's actually a Tim Holtz fabric. All right, again, the 1910 ledger paper. And this is, oops, sorry, right here. I'm just terrible at filming. Little collage that I've made on this fabric that has been scrunched up, or not scrunched up. I'm not sure what the word I'm looking for. And here are some tags. This is a collage tag I created, sewn on there. This is so cute. I actually received this in the mail, and I'm using it. This is actual buttons on there, sewn on there. And my grandma had a Singer sewing machine. So this is a booklet from an actual Singer sewing machine manual. And I just, this is the cover from the booklet. So I just thought I'd put it in here. And so this belly band is just really roughly hand stitched by me. And then sewn in here on the craft paper, as you can see, this brown craft paper. All right, put that in here. And then on the other side we have a receipt booklet, some lace on the top, and then a cute little scrappy notepad. It says noteworthy on there, on an envelope. And then these are flowers that I saw Sigita was using these on or making these, and I thought it was such a cute idea. I used oil pastels on old book pages, just outlined it and cut it out, inked it up, and a brad in the middle, two of them together, and glued in here. All right, little pocket here. Oops, got all kinds of tiny goodies. There's something else still hidden in here. Oh yeah, there we go. Cute little tags, sewing with the scissors, and here we go. We have some pins and tickets, so that all goes back in there. And then this is from an actual sewing book, a vintage sewing book. It's a flip up. Oops. Now this was a very fragile book. It was an old book, and a lot of the times the material that I work with, I rip it. I'm not a gentle crafter by any means, and I rip a lot of my pages. So what I do is I don't discard them. I don't just throw them away. I fix them with washi tape. I have all kinds of, washi tapes, just a couple of different ones. This is the one I used up here. So you just basically do what you have to do, and it even adds to the character of the book. It is a junk journal after all, so yeah, I just fixed it. This is really fragile. The page was breaking apart. See, what I've done is I just glued it in here. So this is a flip up, but on the top the page was really fragile. So I fixed it. I strengthened that with this washi tape. And then flowers again. Some of her favorites, my grandma's. And there's a grungy flower tag. It's kind of a 3D effect. Don't know if it comes through. These roses were from I cut them out, I fussy cut them from a vintage wrapping paper, and then I crunched them up, and the crunching up actually gave them these cute, really lines in here that makes them look older than they are. And then this is a lace, so this is the edge of that page right here, just sewn on there. Okay, so this one, I never knew it. I'm gonna use this piece of designer paper. It says Moscow on there, but I grew up during communism in Hungary with my grandma, so I figured, hey, it's a good place for it to put it in here. This little page, and you can open it up. It's a flip. You can write inside Moscow. Okay, this is a page from that vintage sewing book. This is a page from an authentic German book, and it's really cool because there's handwriting in it. Someone actually wrote in there in German next to the next to the birds. And then a doily in the middle. This is the middle. It's a one signature, but it's really chunky, like I said. Other side of that German page, and that sewing book. And then we have snaps. These are actual snaps that came on a card. It's vintage. And then I put a paper flower in there with its wire stem that's hiding under these snaps. And then here's some sewing pattern paper sewn in there. And this is a little collage on craft paper that I've created. Many layers to it. And then this is the edge of the page. I love creating these page edges, and this one has actual buttons, vintage buttons on there. You can remove them if you want and use them, or just leave them in as they are, as decorations. And then we have on our next page a coffee filter pocket, really grunged up, and my cute little, I love to put these in unexpected places. It is a wooden bumblebee, cute tiny bumblebee. And then in this pocket I have goodies. Big tag, it's a journaling card, ticket, and then birds. She loved birds. These are actually playing cards, birds playing cards. And more sewing related and flower related ephemera. They go in here. I included a lot of stuff in this journal, so I hope you, whoever gets it, will enjoy it. It is going to be listed in my shop. The link is below on eBay. And then here's the other side of that pink envelope, and more tickets in there, little cuties. And then this is a different sewing book, a page I took out and created a pocket. Again, I ripped this. This was kind of fragile, so I fixed it with the masking tape. And there's all kinds of goodies in here. So we always made lots of tea, so that also reminded me of her, this teapot. And we had this kind of coffee pot when I was growing up, so that reminded me of her too. And here again, of course, a sewing machine. So lots of goodies go back in that pocket. This is that craft paper. This is a coffee filter pocket on the top. With some goodies in here. Alright. Okay, some old paper. It's a playing card that I collaged on. This is from Knit Count, some kind of, oh, it's a tape measure, an actual item that I put in here. I mean, this is the actual cardstock that vintage sewing notion came on. This is some of my handmade papers. This is Mod Podged, collaged on with napkins. Where was the other side? Yeah, this is the other side of that at the front. This is actually a tissue paper collaged on, and a napkin on the top. So a lot of collaging there. Mod Podge. Okay, this is a little lace here, little girl. Lots of collaging and sewing in here. As you can see, there's some snaps. Again, this is the actual thing. There's two still on here, vintage items. A little flip-up booklet. This one, this heart with the bird, flips up like that. And you can write under it, because I just sewed on this music paper. And then I included a little scrappy mini journal in here for you as an extra thing. They'll be just tucked in here. And then the back. This is the back inside cover. I just love it. Let me take the things out of it so I can show you what this is. Oh, not quite the back page, but anyways. This is a lace curtain. I just found it this week at a thrift store, and I was so excited. This was the bottom of the curtain, and it is a lace, but these are little houses and trees. It's adorable. I thought it was perfect because, like I said, I grew up with my grandma, and the house and the trees just kind of reminded me of her. Okay, so what I had in this back pocket is a grunged up envelope. This one I texture pasted on there and then painted it. I think there might be actually eyeshadow that I used on there. And then I also had, there's nothing in the envelope. It's just seam binding closure. Oops. Put that in here. Okay, so we have a little tag. Gift tag. This pocket is not really well sewn in there, but this is a junk journal and that's what it is. So this is a little mini playing card, kitties. She loved kitties too. And then it's part of a vintage tape measure that I included in here. Okay, so now on to the last page, and this is just a collage that I've created. This is a fabric, a really old fabric tape measure that I put in here. I just loved it. So this is where this little scrappy journal will go. And so this is it. Whew, that was a big journal. Thank you so much. It will be listed, and peace out.